among brothers and sisters, unfortunately. And I can tell as an outsider that some of those struggles came. Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to the youth channel, No Shame in the Gospel. Today, I have a special guest, as usual, but this is a girl I have a very special affection for. Some of you may know that I am a foster mom. That's why I have such a passion for children of all ages. That's one of the reasons for this channel. I love you all, kiddos of other parents. And the girl that I have invited today has a very special connection with me because she was one of the first babysitters for my baby, who started being a foster child and is now my adopted baby. So please help me welcome my beloved Karen.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
This girl is camera shy, as every girl and every boy that has passed through this channel. But I love her so much. I kind of push her to be in the channel. But you're gonna learn a couple of very interesting things of her. And the first message I want to share with you is that when you see someone so shy, so quiet, so not into camera, watch out, because it's someone that hides something rich inside. And this is my girl over here. Karen and I met in actually awkward situation. Unlike my connection with other kiddos, my connection with Karen has developed over time. And believe me, it took some work. Do you want to tell them about that?
Yeah, so it was like 2016 that we first kind of met.
I think so.
We lived together for like some period of time, and during that period of time, I was in that like situation where I didn't talk to anyone. I really didn't acknowledge anyone. And I've been ignoring her for like the first couple weeks, and she would annoy me to talk to her. She would, annoy me.
Push her to talk.
Yeah.
Let's make a disclaimer over here. People may be having the idea that you were one of my foster kids. She's not my foster child. Her mother will kill me if you get that wrong idea. Her mother is a very good friend of mine. She's a happy daughter of a family. But her family was going through a tough situation for a while, and we ended up living together for a little. But it was tough. This is the type of girl that I will come to talk to. She would not open her mouth to say a word. In the middle of that, I started my journey as a foster mother. And after so much trials and tribulation, she started talking to me. And we realized that we had a common friend that was related to that precious child of mine that you will probably meet at some point. So baby came into my life, 2 days old, and I discovered that Karen is caring, and she was willing and able to take care of that newborn that was placed in our house from God. So that's when the relationship started to really get close. We started to bond and we started to talk. And then we have reached this point where we don't talk every day, but when we do, sometimes I have to tell her, you know what, I can't talk anymore. You hang up, because he's texting, he's calling, he's talking, and I'm very grateful that you say yes to this interview, because there's so much more that you're gonna learn about this kiddo. Okay, my dear, I know you were not born in the gospel. I know your family learned about God after you were born. How was that transition for you? How have you grown, come here, Renzo, as a Christian? How has that been for you?
Well, my mom was the first one to look for God. I was like around 8, 9. Okay. So Catherine was like a couple months old.
Who's Catherine?
My sister. She's the middle child.
And there's another one?
Yeah, Duñelito. Mm-hmm. So she felt like she was missing something in her heart. So she decided to look for a church to look for God. And she would take me, and as like, you know, a little girl, I'd feel like it was like kind of like a waste of time to just sit there, listen to an old man preach, like me not understanding anything. So it was very difficult, and it's somewhat difficult now, not as difficult as it was before, because I moved to a church, changed churches,
switched churches
last year. And the church that I was in was pretty toxic, and it was like feeding on my self-esteem and my relation with God. Like, it was being destroyed at the same time. So I guess like everybody would tell me to like ignore the haters. And it was pretty difficult. So there was a point where my cousin died, and the only person that would actually make me smile for at least a couple of seconds was this dude right here. Yeah, make that face. And he was the only person that would cheer me up through like dark times. And because of him being there for me in a way, we've created this special bond that will obviously never break. And yeah.
Forever Tia.
Forever Tia.
There have been, and there will always be people that God uses as instruments to bless others. And one of the statements that I say over and over in every episode in this channel is, and I'm telling you, despite what happened, you're called to be blessed and be a blessing. And I know you have been a blessing. You have been a blessing to me. You have been a blessing to Rapunzel, to Renzo, and you are being a blessing right now for others. So enough with the sadness. I want you to talk about your goals, your dreams, your amazing high school graduation with honors and the scholarship that you earned. I mean, there's enough good stuff to talk about. Can you brag a little bit about it?
Well, right now I'm studying for my AA degree in psychology. I'm planning to work for like the government while I keep continuing studying for my bachelor's in psychology.
Are we still going for that attorney that we dream about? You in court, kicking some behinds for those parents that don't take good care of their kids. Remember when we used to laugh about that? And you used to say that you were gonna be the attorney that will put everybody in their place.
What's her name? The que dice caso cerrado.
Doctora Polo.
Doctora Polo.
We used to call her Karen Polo or something like that.
I would argue a lot about defending like kids and stuff. So that was like one of like our inside jokes to make me an attorney or like a judge and lawyer or whatever. And
we said we're gonna put all these hatreds and all this sorrow into the hammer. I have said, and we're gonna defend some case. So what are you doing now? What are you studying? What's the goal?
My goal is to get a PhD in clinical psychology.
Okay.
Plan to work with the imprisoned.
Okay.
And help them, cause like.
Why in prison?
Personally, I've had family members where they end up in prison, and they would talk about how people would lose it by the 6 months, or even like by the weeks. They would lose their
sanity.
It's a great start to, like, first help out with, like, court and stuff, and then build your way up. You can end up working in like prisons and stuff. Help those who needs help, not ignoring them.
They're neglected.
Yeah,
not too many people are willing to fight for those.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are neglected in prison, and it's really sad. And especially the ones that are imprisoned falsely. They're the ones who need the most help. So that's my plan for the future.
Okay, good plans. Well, while those dreams come true and those goals are accomplished, I know you spend some of your free time doing some very cool things. I've seen you with your professional camera taking amazing pictures, and I know you do something else. So I want you guys to enjoy some of those hidden talents that my kiddo here has. And that's the show time. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the showtime. Do you see how talented she is? So this is the time when I say, thank you, Karen. Thank you for accepting this invitation. And when I give you the chance to add anything else, if there's anything else you want to tell our viewers, any message that you want to give to the kids before I say my blessings to you.
You are precious, loved, and worthy.
Isn't that a message? I think you said it all. You should have said that to a mirror, because that's exactly what I was going to tell you. You're precious, you're loved, and you can be blessed and be a blessing. And because of that, along with my verbal things, here is a little gift for you. Please open it. I hope you like it. That's you on a No Shame in the Gospel shirt. And Dad is a birdcage. I know as artistic as you are, you're going to decorate it, paint it, or whatever you want to do with it. But when you see this birdcage or birdhouse, always remember, just the same way you were casted for a while, in sorrow, in pain, depression, confusion, frustration, there is a lot of kids out there. There's a lot of kids that are going through what you went through. And the reason why God allowed you to go through and get through is to be able to come back and free those people. So you've been called to do that, either to the prisoners, either to kids at church that look confused. You can tell them, where you are, I was, where I am, you can be. So please be blessed and be a blessing. You know how much I love you, but you know more than I love you, God loves you. And He has called you to be a herald out there and free those that have gone through what you went through. So, I hope you like your shirt.
Yeah.
For you guys, until next time, you know what you have to do? Same thing. Be blessed and be a blessing. See you in the next video. Give me a hug. Among brothers and sisters, unfortunately. And I can tell as an outsider that some of those struggles came as an outsider. Okay, I know there has been struggles and